What is Industrial Revolution? In modern history, the process of change from an agrarian and handicraft economy to one dominated by industry and machine manufacturing. It has been said that the Industrial Revolution was the most profound revolution in human history, because of its sweeping impact on people's daily lives. What are the 04 industrial revolutions? First Industrial Revolution, coal in 1765. Second Industrial Revolution, gas in 1870. Third Industrial Revolution, electronics and nuclear in 1969. Fourth Industrial Revolution, internet and renewable energy in 2000. The First Industrial Revolution. The period 1760 to 1830, the Industrial Revolution was largely confined to Britain. Aware of their head start, the British forbade the export of machinery, skilled workers, manufacturing techniques. The Second Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution in the late 19th and 20th centuries. In terms of basic materials, modern industry began to exploit many natural and synthetic resources utilized like lighter metals, new alloys, plastics, new energy sources, developments in machines, tools, and computers that gave rise to the automatic factor. Origins. It began in Great Britain, spreading from there to other parts of Europe and eventually North America and the rest of the world. Here are some key points about the Industrial Revolution. 1. Mechanization and automation. Development of machines and factories to replace manual labor, leading to increased productivity and efficiency. Invention of steam power, which revolutionized transportation and manufacturing. 2. Technological innovations, like steam engine, spinning jenny, mechanized factories, railroad, telegraph. Use of new materials like iron and steel in construction and manufacturing. These new technologies revolutionized production, transportation, and communication. 3. Growth of manufacturing. Shift from a mainly agrarian economy to a more industrialized, urban-based economy. Rise of large-scale factories and mass production techniques. Increased use of coal and other energy sources to power industrial processes. 3. Social changes. Urbanization. The growth of the working class, and changes in social class structures were major social impacts of the Industrial Revolution. Consequences of Industrial Revolution. Exploitation of workers. Pollution. Deforestation. 4. Urbanization and overcrowding. Depletion of natural resources. Disruption of traditional lifestyles. Key industries of industrialization. 1. Textile industry. The textile industry was one of the first to undergo significant mechanization and automation. The development of the spinning jenny, water-powered mills, steam-powered factories revolutionized the production of textiles. Countries like the United Kingdom, particularly in the Lancashire region, became major centers of textile manufacturing. 2. Iron and steel industry. The production of iron and steel, crucial for the construction of machinery, railroad and other infrastructure. Technological advancements, such as the use of the blast furnace and the Bessemer process, improved the efficiency and quality of iron and steel production. The United Kingdom, Germany and the United States emerged as major centers of iron and steel production. 3. Coal mining. Deforestation in England had led to a shortage of wood for lumber and fuel starting in the 16th century. Steam power was first applied to pump water out of coal mines. Coal was the primary energy source that powered the industrial machinery and transportation systems during the Industrial Revolution. The demand for coal led to the expansion of coal mining operations, particularly in the United Kingdom, Germany, and the United States. 4. Agriculture. Western European farming methods had been improving gradually over the centuries. Progress was also made in crop rotation and land use, soil health, development of new crop varieties and animal husbandry. Poorer peasants had a harder time making ends meet through traditional subsistence farming. 5. Chemicals. This industry arose partly in response to the demand for improved bleaching solutions for cotton and other manufactured textiles. Other chemical research was motivated by the quest for artificial dyes, explosives, solvents, fertilizers and medicines including pharmaceuticals. In the second half of the 19th century, Germany became the world's leader in industrial chemistry. Effect of Industrial Revolution on world economy. Economic growth and prosperity. Wealth concentration and inequality. Shift in global economic power. Globalization and international trade. Emergence of a modern industrial economy. Environmental impacts. Before the Industrial Revolution there was mostly rural-based population. Low life expectancy, 30–40 years on average. High birth rates and high mortality rates. After the Industrial Revolution there are rapid urbanization and growth of cities, improved living standards and life expectancy, 60-70 years on average, declining birth rates, but still high compared to today, emergence of a new working class and middle class. Some key statistics of Industrial Revolution. GDP per capita in the UK increased from around $1,200 in 1800 to around $3,200 by 1900, in constant 1990 dollars. The share of the population living in urban areas in the UK increased from around 20% in 1800 to over 70% by 1900. The total world population increased from around 1 billion in 1800 to around 1.6 billion by 1900. The share of the global population living in poverty, defined as less than $1.90 per day, decreased from around 94% in 1820 to around 82% by 1900. The average life expectancy in the UK increased from around 40 years in 1800 to around 50 years by 1900. These statistics illustrate the significant economic and social transformations that occurred during the Industrial Revolution, both in terms of productivity, living standards, and demographic changes. Industrial Revolution in Pakistan. Industrial Revolution in Pakistan can be traced back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, following the country's independence from British rule in 1947. The foundation for industrialisation in Pakistan was laid during the British colonial era, with the development of industries such as textiles, jute, and agricultural processing. After independence, the government of Pakistan took steps to promote industrialisation, including the establishment of industrial estates and the nationalisation of key industries. Key statistics of industrialisation in Pakistan. Pakistan's GDP per capita increased from around $80 in the 1950s to over $1,200 by the 2010s, in current US dollars. The share of industry in GDP increased from around 14% in the 1950s to around 20% by the 2010s. The share of agriculture in GDP decreased from around 53% in the 1950s to around 24% by the 2010s. Exports of manufactured goods, primarily textiles, increased from around $100 million in the 1960s to over $20 billion by the 2010s. The urban population increased from around 17% of the total population in the 1950s to over 36% by the 2010s.